Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Inside the Shot. I'm Kavan, and today we have a special episode focusing on musician photography. It's a broad topic, so I'm going to show you a couple of tips that I use when shooting, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes on my most recent shoot with the mysterious Dvrko. Alright, let's get started. Tip number one, all musicians are different. I know, this one seems obvious, but it's easy sometimes for us to get stuck in a pattern if we've worked with musicians in the past, and if they've had a similar style to the current musician we're working with, we might be like, oh, I've done this style before, I can just apply it to them. Personally, I don't suggest that. If you pull a little bit from that past project, I think that's fine. But the most important thing is understanding that this musician has their own voice. So the main thing is you want to be generating new content completely original to them. Really do your best to understand their work, which brings me to tip two. Understand the musician's voice and brand. Do your research. Figure out who the artist is. Figure out their voice, identity, and the story they are trying to tell. Then after you've soaked up all that information like a sponge, apply your skill set on top of an open mind and start creating. If you really understand the musician's voice that you're working with, there are no bad ideas. So experiment and see what you come up with. With that said, tip three, get experimental. But in all seriousness, when it comes to creating photography for musicians, a lot has been done. So you want to take the style of the musician, your own style, and create something truly off the wall, original, unique, whatever it is, try and be as different from the crowd as possible. Once you've got a collection of ideas together, present them to the artist and go from there. Not all musicians will want to get as experimental as you want, but that's okay. At the end of the day, when you're doing musician photography, you're there to help bring their story alive through your individual style. Tip number four, pre-prep your shoot. I know this seems like a basic one, but I can't tell you how helpful it is, especially if you're working with a musician for the first time. Make a shot list, know your location, and understand the light if you're outside. Factor in everything prior to the shoot, so when the big day comes, you're prepped for any unplanned events if they should arise. Tip number five, make the artist feel comfortable. This mostly applies when working with new musicians who don't have much experience in front of the camera, or if it's just working with someone for the first time. So depending on the artist, you may have to help them get comfortable. One thing I suggest is playing music. First, clear it with them, it's their shoot. But every time I've done this in the past, music truly adds a sense of flow. With that said, today we're shooting with the mysterious Dvrko, an electronic music producer and advanced turntablist. Dvrko debuted this year and has catapulted into the EDM scene with his unique sound and style. This is the Dvrko Shoot.
The bad in me, but you don't seem to mind it. Is it just a fantasy? This is how we like it. 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 This is how we like it.
Well, that does it for today's episode. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's here. If you're on Instagram, follow me. And if I ever put these on TikTok, I'm gonna first have to learn how to use TikTok. It's like 1,000,000 degrees in here because I had to turn the AC off so I didn't pick up the sound. So I'm gonna go because it's hot. Yeah, what he said. See ya.